Hello, hello, and happy Tuesday. Jumping on again. This week I'm doing much better than last week. Might have a few coughing here and there because I still am getting over that part of it, but overall doing way better than I was last week. So thank you for those that powered through. But today I'm going to jump into that project that I wanted to do with the popsicle sticks and this Dollar Tree wood blocks sign. This is what I'm going to be using today. I just want to jump on. I was having some sound issues last time. If you jumped on last week, then you know we were struggling a little bit with the sound. I just want to make sure that there's no, that I did actually fix it, which I think I did. But I just want to make sure that there's not an echo. Oh, I did fix it. Yay. Okay. So happy. You know, technology is not always my friend. But we're going to be using this box today. And I was going to do this before, but I just wanted to show if those of you that are not sure how to get like the sticky off, this is how we're going to do it so that it comes off a little bit better. Oops, what did I do? Okay, just kidding. It doesn't want to do the split screen. So we're just going to leave it. We're not going to mess with anything more than we already are. So if you take your heat gun, or if you have a hair dryer, that'll work too, and you warm it up, it will allow you to just kind of peel this thing right off. Voila. How easy is that? That's kind of my hack for getting price tags off without leaving all of the goo. You can see like we're completely good there. I'm going to start with the base coat of plaster, and I'm just going to get this on here and drying, and then I'll go through whatever else, all the other little things that I have here. But we are playing again today with the He Is Risen rub-on transfers. These are currently only available to members, but you can jump in and get in on the membership. It saves you $2 a month, plus you get first access, plus you ensure you get all of the transfers that we release, because y'all know the transfers go so quickly, and especially these adorable Easter ones. But so this little tray, you can actually use the inside, which if you look in, I can't remember if it was on the page of the group, but someone showed a craft where they did the transfers on the inside, and it was so cute, but I already had planned on doing the outside. So I'm just going to move forward with doing the outside so I can show you this project. Whoa, my heat gun's trying to take a dive there. But I'm just going to do a quick coat of the plaster all around the outside of the box. And that's just so I can get, I'm not looking for the wood look on this, so I just wanted to get a nice clean background. You could use a color for this. And you know I love my teal. Well, what is it called? Aquamarine or something. And I love my celery. But the transfer I'm going to use is this one. And I didn't want to clash. I thought maybe there was going to be too many colors. So, hey, Miss Julia. She says she got the text, so she got on. Perfect. Yeah, we're in like the weird, well, it's weird for us, like the weird time change season right now, because Arizona doesn't recognize the time change, but like everyone else does. So we will be matching with Pacific time now. We've been matching with Mountain for the last, well, since the last time change. So it's always a challenge here. I try to stick to everything when I schedule it. I just stick to Pacific, and then I make the adjustments on my end, because it's too confusing for everybody where you guys are all changing, but we're not. It's so weird. I know there's a lot of talk about different states like that want to stop doing it. And you think because you don't have it, like, oh, yay, we don't have time change, we don't have to worry about it. But if you talk to anybody or communicate with anybody in any different states, like my family lives in, you know, Oregon and My mom's over in Colorado. Like those are different time zones. It still affects you because it affects you communicating with everybody else. Debbie Allen says she loves the Dollar Tree crafts. That's her favorite store. Girl, me too. I had not been in one for a while. I actually went in because we were doing I had what do you call it? Like a fundraising basket. The local high school here was doing a fundraiser for their choir. And they asked if I would do a donation. So I made a cute little crafting basket. And of course, I went to Dollar Tree to get all the, the little basket bag and the shreds and stuff to put in it. So since I was in there, I was like, ooh, we got to go through the crafting aisle. Just do one like quick little run through on the crafting aisle, right? That's how they get you. So I did, and I found these signs. So I had mentioned last week, if you didn't see, there's actually 3 sizes. So there's a smaller size, then this is the medium one, and then there's a bigger size. So if you're at your Dollar Tree and you're looking for these, they have 3 different sizes. And I think with the transfers, you could, like these smaller ones would probably fit on the smaller boxes. I wasn't sure when I was there, and I was just grabbing on the fly. So I just grabbed the medium one because I was like, for sure that one will fit. Okay, so we've got it painted. We're going to let it sit here. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to do my sticks. So these are just popsicle sticks. They might have these at Dollar Tree too. I don't remember where I got them. But I cut them down so that they are the same. I know this is still kind of wet, but they're the same height as the sign. And I know this is still drying and it's fine, but I'm going to show you what I did to get the height. Trying to figure out which camera so that you can see. Also, why is this? I got to redo my setup. I think something got bumped. So you can see like they're exact same size. So how I did that was you take the one, and the first thing that you're going to want to do is cut off your bottom. So just, we're going to do a straight line here on the bottom. So just cut off the little tab. You want good scissors for this. So we cut off the tab, and then I lined it up on the box, and then I took a pencil. So make sure you're all the way on the bottom there. Then I took a pencil, and then I just made a line like that. And then you know where to cut. And you just cut on that line. And then you have all your little sticks. I have got to adjust this. I think it got bumped. Whoop, okay. Yeah, you probably don't want to see that. So let me adjust that again. I tell you, right? Technology. All right. I think we got it. Okay. Now you can kind of see what I'm doing. It's better when I have the different view, but it doesn't. I tell you, they do upgrades and then you go in and nothing is the same. So last week they did some kind of upgrade and my sound was all messed up. So this week we got the sound fixed, but other issues. Hi, Miss Pam. Okay, so while this is still drying, let me show you what else I got. All right, I got my popsicle sticks. So it's going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 popsicle sticks if you use the medium-sized box. So I've got 5 popsicle sticks. I've got 6 little beads here that I'm going to use for the little thing on the top. I've got some scraps of buffalo check ribbon that I just had. This is literally all the buffalo check ribbon I have left. It's time to go to Hobby Lobby. Excuse me. Or I need to check out Joann's. I don't know if ours is closing or not. But I should go and see if there's any deals. I've got my jute here. Hello, Miss Terry. I got Pam, Patty, Terry, and Jane. So I've got the jute. I have got my little beater tool. Now, I will give you a little sneak peek. If you are a member of our kit club, any of our kit clubs where you get the project and the transfers and the napkins. We're launching the project and transfer ones the end of this month. Next month, you're going to get a beater in your kit for that project. That's a little surprise. Julianne says, yes, my Joann's is closing. I don't know how she knows that, but I'm going to take her word for it. Hi, Miss Elaine. Hi, Miss Story. So I've got the beater, and then I've got these adorable little buttons. Now, these are not available on the site yet because we just got them in, and Miss Brooke is in there actually packaging them right now. But I'm going to play with them because they're so cute. So I'm hoping, I think I'll be able to have them on the store by Thursday. So check your email on Thursday. They should be in there. And then I'm going to be using this transfer from the He Is Risen transfers. Again, these are only available to club members right now. Also, note on club members, because we're starting to get emails. If you have not received your membership yet, they're still in transit. I have ones that we shipped out on the 3rd that are still in transit. So just be patient. They're coming if you got a shipping notification. Oh, Pam says they're all closing. Oh, that stinks. Okay, I need to go down there. Because ribbon for sure. I need ribbon. Yeah, so I need to go check it out. But yeah, memberships, they're still going out. So just know we had a lot, and then we also had a lot of orders come in at the same time. Okay, so the next decision we need to make is, do we want our planks to go up and down, or do we want our planks to go to the side here? I'm going to go to the side. I'm going to go this way. And then you can see here, that one that I just cut on the live is too long. So I'm going to have to give it a little trim because it is sticking off the side. See, when I was not on camera and had all the time in the world, I did great. This one's just a hair too long. So we're just going to give it a trim. Just going to take the tiniest little amount off. Let's see if we can get it. All right, there we go. And if you have one that's just not, cut it, not your favorite, just put it on the bottom. No one's going to see. All right, so we're going to glue those next. I'm probably going to add some antiques and my antique. I think I'm going with the gray. Oh, Pam says hers in Arizona is still staying open. I'm gonna have to find out and let you know. So mine's in Queen Creek. Hi, Jennifer. Sales are better online for Joann's. Ooh, Pam, you're speaking my language. Miss Dory is in Colorado. Oh, Grand Junction is closing. I have not been to Grand Junction in a minute. We went there for a family reunion. My mom's out in Colorado. All right, so I'm just adding glue, and then I'm just gonna stack these from the bottom up. And I'm probably gonna have to grab another glue stick because my glue is getting to the end. All in North Carolina are closing. Oh my gosh. You know, I have to be honest, I'm not a big Joann shopper. I think because like they're great for fabric. And I'll go in there at Christmas. Like I always went in there at Christmas to see like, oh, what do they have? But I'm not like a huge Joann shopper, which is probably why they're closing. I feel like I didn't do my part. Okay, so here's what we have. Now, I left the white paint out because we're going to go back over that. with some more white. I probably should have done the bigger brush, but I already stuck it in the water. So yeah, I need to get over there. Well, I need to get out of the house is what needs to happen. I haven't been doing a whole lot because, you know, we got the plague over here. My poor son, he got it after I did, and he had the cough really bad. Like, I know my cough sounds bad, but not like, I'm not coughing like he is. So we actually had to get him on some prescription cough meds so he could get some sleep and something to dry up all the, what do they call it, the runoff or the, so the poor kid could get some sleep. So he's on break right now, and he's spent like his whole break sick so far. But at least we're getting it out of the way in the beginning of the break, and then hopefully he can enjoy the rest of it. Then the weather being all over the place is not helping either. For those of you that are in the membership group, I shared we got some snow here, and little man built his little Arizona snowman. Someone called it a little snow chick. It was so cute. So I shared that in the group, but we had that one day. It was actually hail. It wasn't even snow, but he doesn't know the difference, you know, being in Arizona. It's not like we get a lot of snow. But it melted like later that day. So funny. But he got to jump out there and play in it. And then like later in the day, it's, you know, already warm again. All right, I'm just going to hit the edges too, just so I don't have like a raw edge. Hi, Miss Kathy. Yes, he did get, Julianne's asking if he got his finals done. He did, and he did very well. This is the first, the best quarter, I should say, that he's done. Yeah, so he did. Poor kid powered through. He was not doing good. He didn't have a fever, but he just had like that cough and was feeling kind of cruddy. And that last week of school, and you know how it is, like at the end of the quarter, like you can't miss any school, because if you miss the finals, then, you know, your grade is done for that quarter. So I was really having him, you know, medicating him up, like call allergy medicines. We didn't know at that time what was going on. And he powered through. And then that next day he doesn't have school on Fridays. So that next day he just went straight downhill. Poor kid. But he did make it through. All right, we're going to hit this with the gun to just speed it up a little bit here. And then I am going to get my antique out in the gray. Now you don't have to do the slats over it. I was just trying to give it like a little bit of a different look. You could just do the sign as it is. Hi, Miss Nancy. Now you're gonna see in mine, because if you're new here, I'm not any perfect crafter. I'm just someone that loves crafting. So in mine, you can see like we've got these. Actually, I have this out for another process that we're gonna do. But if like these paint lines are bugging you, you can just come through and like clean them out. If you don't, you know how I've got some of it's got paint lines showing and some doesn't, just because of the spacing of the little boards. So if that bugs you, like that you can see bubbles of paint in there, you can just go through there and like just clean them up a little bit. I'm just dragging it through to create that definition. If it doesn't bug you, you don't have to, but that's kind of how you'd fix that if you're struggling with that. Then I am going to go through with my sander and I'm going to hit the edges. So we're kind of taking the paint back off a little bit. Also getting any of the little, if you have any little, what do you call it, shards or anything from where you cut with the scissors. So I'm going to do the sides, and then I am going to go in here and I'm going to do the top too. So I'm just kind of hitting where the seams are. Just to age it a little bit, and I'm doing it on the angle so that I can kind of catch both sides of that seam. Rough it up as much or as little as you want. The more you rough it up, the more the wax is going to take. So I generally like to get like where you would normally find like wear and tear. I usually am a little more aggressive on the corners. You can't really mess this up. All right, so now this is kind of what we look like now. I'm going to try to get this way here. So we've got like extra distressing here. Now keep in mind I'm putting a design in the middle. So this middle part, we're not really going to see as much as we are going to see the outside. So that's really where you want to spend like the most of the time for the distressing part of it. And then this is the Dixie Belle Bestang wax in the grunge gray. And then I've got our antique applicator tool here. So we're just gonna jam it in there. We're gonna dab off the excess. So we don't wanna be too crazy. And then we're just gonna come in here and I like to hit the edges. And then I'll just do some dragging. And then you can kind of see like anywhere where we sanded it there, it's gonna pick up the wax really well. All right, so now we've just kind of got it nice and aged, not too hard. Hey, Kathy, can a hairdryer be used instead of a heat gun? Julianne, that's a great question. Yes, you could just get like an inexpensive little hairdryer for sure, Doesn't need to be a heat gun. I just do it to speed up the process so you guys don't have to wait for paint to dry, right? But I'm also impatient, so I would do it whether I'm doing a video or not. Okay, so the biggest thing with the transfers is that you do want to make sure that your whatever surface you're using is dry, clean, dust-free. Now, if we left all of the dust on there and then we try to put the transfer on there, it's not going to cooperate with us. So we do want to make sure that that part is that we're dry and dust free. And then I'm going to cut out the transfer that I'm going to be using. And I've got the precision transfer tool here. So from this part, I do have like the teeniest bit of overlap on this particular slat. So I do need this to be the bottom, otherwise it's probably not going to sit right with that. Well, actually it kicks it kind of back, so you know what, it's going to be fine. I'm going to leave this the top because I like how this looks, but just make sure you test it that it's going to stand on its own. It's kicking it back, so we're okay. Miss Kathy says her transfers and napkins should be getting here any minute. She's stocking the mail now. I love it, Kathy. I love it. All right, so when we're using the transfers, if you haven't used them before, it has this protective backing on it. So this is the graphic right here. We don't want to touch any of this. That's the part that's we're going to stick to the design. So we'll take the back off. Make sure we're only holding the spots that don't have any design. And then I don't want to, I was going to move it closer to me so I can see, but then if I do, you can't see. And then we're going to, now since this was the bottom of the transfer, I know that this is perfectly straight. So I'm actually going to just use that to line up the bottom. That'll make it very easy. Other than that, I just need to make sure that from right to left, I have it as centered as we can. But once it's down like that, then we're probably pretty much on here. Okay, now this is the background of this is a little wobbly because we have the slats, all right? So we're going to keep that in mind, and we're going to start from one side and we're going to work our way up in the sections of these slats so that we can make sure that the design is, you can't just put it on and take it off, because the surface of my design goes brr because we have all these little slats. Now, if this is your first time using transfers, then maybe I would try doing it without adding the slats. But basically, we're going to take this a section at a time so that we know that everything is stuck on there good. Because we we don't want to lose any of our lettering in the actual, what do you call it? The blank spaces of the slats. What do you call those? The valleys? So you only want to go as fast as it's ready to go. Because each of these flowers and then the lettering are all different individual designs. Now you can tell on the lettering when it's ready to kind of go up, because you will have, it'll start to turn like gray or almost transparent. My cat is like scratching on the laundry room door. I think my son let him in, or let her in, and now she's stuck in there, but she's just gonna have to chill out. So pay special or close attention whenever we get to one of these little ridges. We're just going to work each little section at a time under the ridge, and then we'll work over the ridge. And this is why I like using the our precision transfer tool, because I can just get in here and work all the different little sections. The transfers do come with this burnishing tool. You can use this as well. But I like getting into the details. Hey, Miss Linda. You found me. I know, I think, well, I want to say I'm earlier than normal, but I don't know with the time change. I might just be the same time. It's earlier for me, but like it might be the same time for all of you. Oh, okay, my son finally heard the cat. All right, so here's what we have so far. This is what's coming off the bottom. So again, you just want to take your time on this. Don't try to go too fast. This one is an easier one because the letters are very wide and the flowers are big. So this one isn't too, there's not like a ton of detail that we have to worry about. But by going slow, we can tell if it's like right here. I don't know if you can see it. There's like one of the purple flowers here that's like the little edge is like sticking to the backing. So I have to just make sure that I push that down before I peel it up anymore. Same thing here, this H, it's not attaching to the lower thing. So I got to make sure to come back in and rub it off of the backing, and then get in that little groove and then keep working. So far you can see, I was trying to figure out which way is the easiest way to show you. This is where the design on it, and then this is where we're still working. So we're almost done here. I've got these two more, and then I will show you, excuse me, some options that you have when it comes to the lettering and the lines in your design here. Yeah, I have not been to, well, I had mentioned I just went to Dollar Tree for the first time in, like, I swear, months. The other day. I haven't gone to Hobby Lobby since, shoot. I don't even know if I went for any time around Valentine's Day. Usually I try to go over there and see like the seasonal changes, like what do they have up now? Well, I'm sure it's all Easter, but I haven't even had a chance to get over there. Ours is right next to our Costco. And I feel like once you get in that plaza, like I only have the energy for Costco or Hobby Lobby. Like I don't have energy for both. Hey, Miss Kathy, thank you. Yeah, I don't know if it's my old age, but I'm like, plus if I have to go to Costco, then I'm probably broke afterwards because you know how it is. You can't get out of there. Used to not be able to get out of there for under $100, I swear, and now I think it's like $200. I can't get out of there for under $200. Even if I just went in for eggs. All right, we're so close. All right, so this one I started pulling a little too soon. So I'm pushing it back down where it needed to go, and then I'll rub it. So again, if you go too quickly, you could get crooked letters, so. Ta-da! Okay. So now we have the whole transfer on here. So we have a couple options. You can leave it like this, where your transfers are literally going over. Like if you look at it very closely, you can see the letter. Excuse me, I'm gonna take a drink. You can see the letters are stretched over the gaps. Okay, which is fine. You don't have to do anything if you don't want to. The other option that you can do is something that I've demonstrated here. So this is just two popsicle sticks that I glued together so that we had a crack to work with. Put the transfer on here, and then I did use the little Sharpie knife to come in here and do this. Now, here's what can happen. If you drag your knife, sometimes you can catch the transfer, and the transfer, because it is just very thin vinyl, the transfer will like pull. So if you look super closely here, there's actually like this little bubble here. That's where the transfer pulled. So this is kind of the dilemma that you have in cutting it, because you could cut these, but if you don't, and it's almost not even cutting, if you drag the knife, you could drag the transfer, and then your letters aren't going to look as, your H will be like whoop, and it'll get pushed, pushed over. So what I recommend doing is taking these a little bit at a time. I got to get my eyes like really focused. If you have an X-Acto knife, like that's best. And you can gently cut through I would just do one little section at a time. Now see that one? Like, I don't know if you can see it, but it started to drag the transfer a little bit. And then what I do is I just go in and like use this to like push it into the crevice if you want that kind of separated look. And then once you start it, you kind of have to finish it on the rest. Now, again, I'm just using the knife just to kind of break through the design. And it even can work better if instead of dragging, you're almost like pushing, cutting. Does this make sense? Actually, this, I would recommend this better than dragging, because the dragging, you just risk tearing the design and it's not going to be as pretty. You're not going to like it. You do want to make sure before you do this that both sides are very well attached to both sides of the crack or that space. So right now I'm just kind of pushing the letters in to kind of break it up. Hopefully you can kind of see. So that's if you want like that broken up look with the letters. Again, I'm just going to do the last little bit down here. Again, I'm not really dragging the knife. I'm just kind of almost making little dots and like pushing. So just like little drag, push, 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 push. And I'm not doing the flowers, I'm just doing the words. Then I can come in here with my transfer tool and just kind of jam in. Because all you're doing is pushing where you cut so that it kind of bends around the popsicle sticks and gives it that little bit of definition. All right, I'm not going to mess with it any more than that. Just kidding, because my E is going to bug me. But you can kind of see where I struggled a little bit with the E. So again, I'm just coming in here, giving it a little more definition. I don't know why I'm showing you that way. It's backwards. And I don't know why that's backwards. I'm going to have to flip that screen. Okay. So here's what we have here. Oh, thank you, Linda. Hi, Elizabeth. Hey, Nona. I am doing a little bit better. I just have this nasty cough that just keeps popping up. Okay, so we've got it kind of jammed in there. Again, that part was totally optional. You don't have to do it. You can just leave it like laid over, but I do think that's a little bit of a cuter finished look. So then I thought these would be so cute to just kind of give it some definition, like, or texture. So I wanted to pop some of these flowers onto it because they just happen to like match. What other colors do we have here? Yeah, I think I'm just going to use those ones. I don't know if this is the purpley one. I like this bluey one. Okay, so I'm just going to use those. We're just going to tack those on real quick, and then we're going to do the little topper. So for these, I'm just adding glue. And I know they're buttons, but I'm not even adding anything in the middle because since it has the flower like printed on there, you can't even really see the buttonholes, so I'm not too worried about that. But I just thought these would be fun. To just give it some more dimension. That's the word I'm looking for. And they happen to match the colors. So I was like, oh, cute. I thought if I had actual flowers, that would be fun too, but I don't have a good assortment of small flowers. Okay, so there's that. Now we're going to work on the little bow. Now I saw one that I liked. So that's kind of what I'm modeling. And I think I might need the longer piece. All right, I'm just going to tie a bow. I'm going to try and tie a bow with my extra ribbon here. Now it's always tricky for me to get everything. If you do it loose, you can get everything kind of going the direction you need it to go to lay the way you want it to lay. And I do want to make sure that it is big enough. Like I feel like this is big enough. All right, so we're going to, let me keep these short. All right, stay with me here. Okay, the other thing that I want to do is I'm going to take a string of the jute here. We're going to add to that here in a minute, but I'm going to go ahead and string my beads. So this is how you use the beader. Again, if you're a member of any of our memberships that are getting a full project kit in April, you're going to get a beader in your kit if you don't have one already. So got excited about that. All right, so we're going to stick the beads on, then we're going to stick the jute through the little hole or the little needle here, and then we're going to pull the beads off one at a time. And then that's just going to string them so we don't have to worry about that. All right, so we did this end. I'm going to tie this end. Probably going to need to do at least a couple knots, if not 3. All right, so we've got our 3 there. And then I'm just going to kind of fray the end to give it some personality. And if you want it a little bit shorter, which I feel like maybe just a teeny bit shorter. There we go. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing to the other end. And then before we tie that knot, we'll make it kind of as long as we want. All right, so we'll do our 3 beads. You could paint these beads too. To give you an idea, if you did the Nativity bonus night project in December, these are the beads that we used for the baby Jesus head. So they're like the little ones, not the bookmark beads. Those are a little bit bigger. I love this tool. I cannot tell you how frustrated I used to get trying to bead this jute. Okay. So now I gotta figure out kind of how long I need it. Thinking kind of there. So we'll figure out where we want the end. We're gonna tie it. I can't wait to show you April's project. It's the first one that we've done where we have made everything in-house. My husband has cut all the blocks. He's drilled all the blocks. Everything is in-house, and it's just going to be so much fun. Trimming it, fraying it. Okay, now I am going to use the bow maker, and we have this little strand right here. We might as well just recycle that. And for this one, basically I just kind of want just some loops back and forth, basically is all we're going for. Thinking 3 or 4 on either side would probably be good. We'll go with that. So super simple. Again, if you don't have this bow maker, it's just holding the jute for me. Okay, so we've got our one little bow. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to anchor this first. You could probably string this onto your whole bow and all of that. In my head, this just worked better, so we're running with it. Hold on, I do need to grab my little glue finger protector. So I'm just finding the middle. I'm going to stick the glue dab there, and we're just going to stick it on there. Now I got my little cat finger at Daiso so that I don't burn myself, and it's just fun to use. Like it has like a little, here, I'll put it this way so you can see, a little meow meow and a little paw so that you don't burn your fingers, because you know I'm always burning my fingers. Okay, so then we're gonna make sure that you have your bow to pretty side up. We're just gonna keep adding on to this little spot that we have here, our little glue. We'll go ahead and push our cloth part down. And before I add this, I am going to trim these because I'm not really wanting them that crazy. And I hadn't thought this needed some greenery. But you could definitely add some greenery. Okay, so there you can see like how the top looks. And then I'll show you, well, I like my little tassels over to the side. Of course, you could have your little tassels like going down the front if you wanted as well. But I have them this way. I don't know why this camera is backwards. I gotta fix that when I get off here. But I'll put it down this way so that you can see. So there is our cute, easy Dollar Tree little flip sign. So we just used the Dollar Tree little square signs. They were in the crafting section. Some larger popsicle sticks. You could use small popsicle sticks too. It would just mean more of the, you know, when we worked at the edges to get the transfer in there. Then we added the fun little flower buttons that we have. Again, these will be in the store on Thursday, so check your email on Thursday. And then other than that, it was just scrap jute, scrap little beads, scrap ribbon, and we have a cute little tier tray sign or sign for your desk or sign that you could give away. Kathy says very cute. Julianne says very nice. Yeah, so that's like super fun. It turned out way cuter than I thought. I love the little beaded tassels. Again, if you wanted to, you could drop them down in the front like so. You could also pin them or like, you know, tack the glue here if you wanted them to stay up on that side. But so cute. So I'm going to jump off here. I'll take a sign I'll take a picture so that you can see it. This is like so annoying that it's backwards, but Oh, it's crazy. Actually, is it not backwards for you guys? Is it just backwards for me? Will you let me know? Because I'm looking on here and I'm backwards, but when I'm looking over here, it's showing forwards. So, so annoying. Hopefully it's showing forward for you guys. Thank you, Linda. Oh, no, that's perfect. Okay, so you guys can see it the correct direction. It's just showing backwards for me. It's not backwards? Okay, so ignore me. When I'm looking on it for me on this screen, it's backwards, but when I look on the other screen, it's forwards. I tell you all. Okay, perfect. So I won't change any of the settings so that it doesn't turn backwards for you guys next time. But that's our quick, easy Tuesday crafting. I would love to see your Dollar Tree finds. Thank you all for keep sharing all your fun ideas. There's been some amazing projects in the group and that we're getting an email on the pages. So keep them coming because we still have a whole another month till Easter. So I know all y'all are still crafting. So keep sharing what you're doing with them and so that other people can have as well lots of ideas for the He Is Risen. Because this particular set has a whole bunch of different sizes of them. It has these smaller ones that you can use on smaller projects, gift tags. These are more sized for like card maker. These are kind of right in the middle. They could go on a 5x7. This is one of the smaller ones. And then we've got a couple of the bigger ones here that would work on the bigger signs. You could actually get probably all three sizes of this particular sign and make like a whole thing with the different transfers because there's a size for each size of those signs, which I might have to go back and get some more myself because this turned out super cute. So that's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching and joining. Don't forget to stay in the Word. And until next time, happy crafting.